Guys, we have to talk about playoffs. The AFC is getting very competitive with 4 weeks left. Every single game matters right now. Yes, we already have a couple teams eliminated from playoff contention, and we also have some teams that can make it into the playoff, clinch a playoff spot this week, and with a little bit of help. I also want to give you guys some odds, what's going on with the standings for the AFC. I'm also going to make a video for the NFC and how they could also clinch the playoffs and who's in the front running to even try to sneak into the playoffs as well. We're going to talk about the AFC playoff hopes right now. So the three teams eliminated for the both AFC and NFC right now, guys, are number one, the Houston Texans, the Chicago Bears, and the Denver Broncos. There's two teams for the AFC, one team in the NFC. Obviously, the Houston Texans are 1-11-1. Were they going to make the playoffs in the very beginning of the season? No, come on. The Denver Broncos, I had a lot of hopes for them with Russell Wilson, and officially the Let's Ride boy is eliminated from the playoffs. Better luck next year, right? Week 14, guys, we had a lot of movement. The Indianapolis Colts had a bye week. No more teams are on bye weeks. These are the last four critical games that they have right now. The Jacksonville Jaguars actually beat the Tennessee Titans, so that actually does give a little bit of breathing room to this whole division, including the Colts right there, okay? So the Colts, are they going to make the playoffs? They really have to win 4 straight and have a lot of help in order to even make the playoffs. So let's just keep on moving from there. The Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. So the Steelers, guys, in my opinion, are a huge surprise team because of Kenny Pickett. Right now, he's battling some injuries, but right now they're 5-8. They're 4th in the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens are the top in that division. I do think the Ravens might even win and clinch that division, and the Steelers may try to even sneak into the playoffs. But again, these bottom teams have to win out, or at least win 3 out of the 4 remaining games in order to even have a chance to make the playoffs, right? Number 12, the Cleveland Browns. So honestly, guys, in your opinion, how has Deshaun Watson been playing for the Cleveland Browns? I think he's been playing very lackluster, but then again, he's missed a whole bunch of the seasons. 3rd in the AFC North. They dropped 1 spot because they lost to the Bengals. Again, just like the Steelers and the Colts, the next 4 games are very, very critical. And the Raiders, they have an even better chance to make the playoffs than the other 3-4 teams. Now, the Raiders do need a lot of help. They need so many people to lose. They have to win out, but there's still a chance and a hope that Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, that connection, could make the playoffs. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think the Raiders will make the playoffs? Let me know. Now, this, in my opinion, guys, has been a surprising team, going up 4 spots into the playoffs and actually winning up a lot of these tiebreakers, okay? By beating the Tennessee Titans, you're gaining tiebreakers. Number 1 in the division. Number 2 in basically schedule strength of what teams you've beaten, what teams you've lost to. So by them beating the Tennessee Titans this past week, actually did help their chances. That's why they moved up 4 spots. They're 5-8 right now, 2nd in the AFC South. Will they probably try to beat and win that division? It really depends. The Tennessee Titans are 7-6. Is there a chance? Yes, there is a chance to have to win maybe 2 out of the 4, and the Titans have to lose 2 out of the 4. And I do believe the Jacksonville Jaguars have the tiebreaker over the Titans because of that win. Number 9, guys, the New York Jets. So honestly, I was actually rooting for the Jets to beat the Bills because it just makes that division even more competitive, a little bit more exciting, right? But by them losing to the Bills, number 1, it was a great game. You guys have not seen it, go ahead and watch it. It was a huge defensive game the whole first half. It was a pretty darn good game. They dropped down 2 spots. They were in the playoff bubble, and now they're basically out of it, okay? There's 2 teams that have the tiebreakers over them. We're going to talk about those 2 teams right now. And one of the teams is the Los Angeles Chargers, okay? The Chargers just beat the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, we'll talk about it when that comes in, but they moved up 1 spot. They were in the 7th spot until the Patriots beat the Arizona Cardinals, getting that 7th and final spot in the playoffs as of now. 7-6, they're 3rd in the AFC East. So it just really depends on how the next 4 games goes, right? They have 2 huge division games, and it's just going to get very, very crazy and exciting, okay? Number 6, the Miami Dolphins. Here, I made a video talking about the Dolphins and how, honestly, as you guys know, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I am worried they even may miss the playoffs, especially after a huge start and momentum that they had. The way Tua and the offense has been playing has been incredible, but the past 2 weeks, it's been very lackluster. Next week, they play against the Buffalo Bills on Saturday night, and now the 2 straight teams have kind of found a way how to slow down their offense. The Bills may even take advantage of that. And a lot of people already thinking and predicting that this game may be a blowout and that they're going to destroy the Dolphins. And as a Dolphins fan, I kind of agree with them, but let me know what you guys think. And if they lose to the Bills, the rest of the schedule is tough. They play the Packers, they play the Patriots, and end the season off with the Jets. And that is a huge, tough, basically last 4 games, right? Number 5, the Cincinnati Bengals. So they have a pretty good chance to be competitive to win their division as well. Okay. They're 9-4, second in the AFC North. The Bengals started off 1-3, and they've been steamrolling teams like crazy. I'm not too worried about the Bengals. I do think they're going to clinch a playoff spot in the near future. Number 4, the Tennessee Titans. First in AFC South, 7-6 record again. If they win 2 or 3 more games, they'll clinch that division and they'll be heading back into the playoffs. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens, 9-4, first in the AFC North. There is some competition with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Steelers if they somewhat pull momentum. And I do believe if the Ravens win 2 more games, they clinch that division as well. Again, like these division games are very critical. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs, 10-3. First in the AFC West. Now the Chiefs could actually clinch a playoff berth if they win this next week and the Chargers lose. They'll clinch that division and obviously clinch a playoff berth as well. And number 1, the top team in the AFC, 10-3, first in the AFC East. I do believe if they beat the Miami Dolphins, they'll clinch a playoff spot, but they won't clinch the division as of yet. Now, if we take a look at the divisions, the AFC West has the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chargers, Raiders, and the Broncos. We know the Broncos have been eliminated. Again, the Raiders have a chance, but they have, I think, a 17% chance to make the playoffs. They need a whole bunch of help to make the 7th seed. Basically, everybody and their mother has to lose these games. The Chargers have a shot. If they win out, they're in. The Kansas City Chiefs, they need 1 win and the Chargers to lose at least 1 game, and they're guaranteed a playoff spot, and they win the division. Now, if we continue on the AFC South, the Titans, Jaguars, Colts, and the Texans. We know the Texans have been out. The Colts, I do think if the Titans and the Jaguars win and the Colts lose, I think they're going to be officially out if the Dolphins and the Chargers also win. All that stuff has to happen this week in order for the Colts to be officially eliminated from the playoff contentions. Next, the AFC North. Here's where it gets a little bit competitive with the Ravens and the Bengals. The Browns and the Steelers, they're 5-8, but it's just hard for me personally to believe that the Browns or the Steelers will make the playoffs. I do think both Ravens and Bengals, one of those teams are going to make the playoffs, right? Now, the other one, Nick will probably take the 6th, 7th, and the 5th spot. It just really depends on the rest of the AFC East, right? Now, the AFC East, in my opinion, is pretty darn competitive. 10-3 Buffalo Bills, the 8-5 Miami Dolphins, 7-6 Patriots, and the 7-6 Jets. Like I said, the Jets are on the 9th spot, the Patriots are the 7th, and the Dolphins are the 6th right now. The Buffalo Bills are the number 1 team in the AFC. What can all of this change? Yes. Let's just say the Dolphins beat the Bills Saturday night. This division would get even more interesting because the Dolphins would beat the Bills twice this year already. Now, can the Dolphins win the division? Yes. The Patriots and the Jets could also win the division if the Bills and the Dolphins lose out and they basically win out, right? So it just really depends on what actually comes up. With 4 games left, every single game is extremely critical, and here is where I'm getting at. Everybody from the AFC except the Texans or the Denver Broncos, they have to step up their game in order to make a playoff push and just basically hope everybody else plays bad, right? For example, the Raiders, they need to win out and everybody else needs to lose. So if these things happen, let's go, right? Now, this next week, we're going to see who's in, who's out. More teams are going to start to get eliminated as the season starts to end in a close. So, but let's see. Is your team in playoff contention right now? Is your team in the top 7 right now? Let me know down in the comment section. If you guys like the video, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe down the channel, and see you guys next time. Peace.